And we move on to our feature matchup at 172 pounds for Team USA. We have Josh Barr from Davison High School, Davison, Michigan, and he is taking on Rocco Welsh from Waynesburg Central, Waynesburg, Pennsylvania.
Barr, 132-1 his career, 4-time state champion, headed to Penn State. We saw earlier in the night, Kilkiri headed to Ohio State. Braden Davis headed to Penn State. Again, a Buckeye against a future Nittany Lion. Rocco Welsh, 2-time PIAA champion, 159-17. He's headed to Ohio State, #1 versus #2 in the country.
Yeah, and we're going to actually see who is #1 here tonight. Last match of their high school careers, so you can end on top. So you get a whistle for something.
Rubber match with Barr getting the Fargo final, Rocco Welsh getting the who's #1 bout. That was 5-4 on a riding time point where he had 109 in riding time accumulated. So we have no riding time in play here at the Pittsburgh Wrestling Classic. So that would have been a 4-4 bout headed to sudden victory.
And Barr fires off a shot. Welsh on the re-attack, but Barr able to kick away. So a flurry of action there. Again, we're at 172 pounds. This weight class brought to you by Regional Anesthesia Experts. Owned and operated by Brian Matisuk, providing high-level orthopedic regional anesthesia at a surgery center near you. Also brought to you by Confluence Financial Partner. Planning starts with you. Imagine that. Again, I'm Tim Rice along with Brock Height, 49th Annual Pittsburgh Wrestling Classic here at Peters Township High School. They've been a great host again this year. An event brought to you by US Steel. Thanks again to Cliff Keen Athletics and all they do to help make this event happen. So we end the first period scoreless. Both wrestlers able to touch the legs, but that's about all the further we got in the first period. Welsh wins the flip, and he is going to get set underneath and try to get on the board first.
Waynesburg 4-5 in the main event after the Mac Church loss earlier this evening. Coleman Scott, an OW for Team Pennsylvania back in 2004.
Coleman Scott now leading University of North Carolina, had themselves a very nice national tournament and a national championship in Austin O'Connor.
And a little gamesmanship there by Welsh, kind of holding the hands, trying to draw the stall call on Barr. Barr made eye contact with the official and kind of looked at him like, I'm not holding him, he's holding me. And Welsh finally cuts away for the escape.
So Nittany Lion fans getting a little sneak peek tonight of some of their future wrestlers. As Diao, Kasak, and Barr up here at 172 pounds. Coming off another national championship.
A special thank you to Bright Automotive, selling and serving cars the right way since 1927. Bright Automotive.
So not a whole lot of action for either guy. Either one wanting to take a risk here in the second period with under 20 seconds to go. Nice to get flurry of action like we saw in the first period, but doesn't look like it's going to happen here in the second. Neither wrestler wanting to make that mistake. Barr's choice in the third. One of the times it is a no-brainer for Barr here to get underneath Welsh. Wants to get under and try to tie things up at 1 in the third period. Barr, the 4-time state champ. Welsh, the 2-time state champ from Pennsylvania. Again, future Ohio State Buckeye, future Penn State Nittany Lion. The escape for Barr. And we've got ourselves a tie match, 1-1, 1:30 to go in the third period. Sit back and wait for some action here at 172 pounds. Again, just a tremendous day of wrestling. Another great event put on by the folks here at the Pennsylvania Wrestling Classic. It's been a treat, the 49th annual. Looking forward to number 50 next year. Tim Rice alongside Brock Height bringing you some awesome wrestling action. We got 50 seconds to go. And looking for some kind of scrambling here. Barr almost on the leg, but Welsh able to get free.
Both Buckeye recruits recognized at last night's banquet. Rocco Welsh recognizes the PIAA State Wrestler of the Year. Vinny Kilkeary took home the WPIAL Wrestler of the Year. Going to be happy in Columbus to get those two. Really immense talent head to Columbus over the last couple years.
Yeah, and you saw some of that on display this year at the national tournament with Jesse Mendez, All-American, as a true freshman. Watching these guys come in and get work done right away. Buzakis is a guy that didn't get in the lineup this year for Ohio State, but he's ready to go. Along with Feldman, Nick Feldman. So we've got 1 minute on the clock in overtime. 6 minutes, not enough time to decide it for these guys. They want to wrestle 7 minutes, just like they will next year. College, you go 3-2-2. Here tonight, we're going to go 2-2-2-1 at least. Could be headed for some extra overtime periods if we get through this 1 minute scoreless. Welsh on the attack. He's in good position to finish. Barr able to come up. Now he's hanging on to the ankle. Welsh steps over and gets the takedown. Rocco Welsh from Waynesburg. The hometown boy gets the win. Rocco Welsh for Team Pennsylvania is now the #1 wrestler in the country at 172 pounds.
Last year, Jesse Mendez took home the OW for Team USA. It was Mason Leapart for Team Pennsylvania. You gotta think the Buckeyes are gonna have another OW as Kilkeary, Kasak, and Welsh, the only 3 winners for Team Pennsylvania.
Yeah, only 3 wins tonight. USA comes on top, 33-9, but still an incredible night of wrestling. A great showcase once again. Pittsburgh Wrestling Classic. Can't wait for number 50 next year. I'm Tim Rice along with Brock.